All right. Today I'm going to show you how to do replace the ballast within remove the ballast, eliminate it, and install LED lighting. All right. So before, this is the regular one with the ballast. See the light bulb? That's the old one. So we're going to replace them with these right here. Right, it's only one guy here. Oops, gently. Okay, those are the LEDs I just replaced. Of course, I made a mistake. I used their whatever they supplied with. They supplied the wrong or big terminals. I don't like those. Okay, look how big. So it's really very bad. So what I did is I figured out another way of doing it. Okay. So basically we're eliminating all the ballast. There's no ballast gonna be. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna convert it from this into, take all the ballast out. What you're gonna have is the power supply. Before you touch any electrical, if you're not an electrician or you don't know anything about electricity, do not mess with it. Contact electrician. Okay, contact electrician. You have to go. So right now I know I have power here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I have no power, I keep it on. So now I'm going to turn that off. Okay, that's one way of doing it. I know there won't be any power. Right now, let me find where's my tester. Okay, always buy one of these testers to use this one. It shows you twist to the right, twist the bottom to the right, so that I don't have good. Okay, now it's on. So what I do is I go test it on something, anything that has power, make sure it works. Okay, so that works. So if I bring it here, what I can do is to confirm I don't have no power, is I check, bring it to the black or the white. Usually white is, I believe it's neutral, black is live, 120. To confirm the switch also works, you can bring it to the outlet, but, okay, so that tells you there's power in this, but there's no power right here. All right, now if we come here, we gotta check. So that's there's power because this is on a different circuit. So mine, the switch works for this guy here, works for this guy and this guy. So these three light fixtures are connected to that switch, but also for another most important safety is you need to go to fuse box. And in my case, I know this is my fuse for it. Okay, turn it off. Okay, and it's good to put a sign that do not touch. Okay, or to put your name on it to contact. If there's more than one person, make sure they contact you. Communicate with people before you get hurt. Okay, so this is at your own risk. So basically what you do is now they want you to eliminate all this. All right, so basically if you look here, there's two tabs. There's a tab here, you gotta press it in. You kind of bend it in, and this will remove. Same thing with this guy here. You press this and take it out. So this one I'm not gonna mess with because this one's still alive, it has power. I already removed it on this one here. So basically to remove it, these two tabs here, you press them in and this whole strip comes out. There you go. So you need the assistant. I'm trying to do a video here. So you press and press. You're bending it. Okay. So this is usually on this side. Okay, that's your jumper. These are jumped, automatically jumped. According to the book or the manual that comes with the LED lights, they wanted to change these. Okay, I don't change them. First time I didn't change them. I wasn't lucky, didn't know how to do it, but I figured out a way of using the exact ones so you don't have different size and it's hard to install the light bulb. But to use the original ones, what you do is there's wires here. And if you look inside here there's a jumper. It's like a staple, you know, they use a piece of U-shaped piece of jumper. They put it between here and there so that this terminal is a jumper. It's a jumper. It's a jumper. So that's how the light bulb works. When the LED is on one side is just basically a jumper between the two terminals. So you leave that alone. As far as the wire that goes inside here, what I did is I unscrew the wire. Basically, you have to. It is a clip, but what you do is you go counterclockwise with the wire until it comes out. Okay, maybe I'll show that in another video. So I know I took the wires off this one. It still have a jumper, so that's what I need on this end. So this really, the jumper was on that side, but what I did is I moved it to the other side. Why? Because the other side, I want my power side. There's another strip, which is right here. I'm working on right now. So that's the one I'm gonna wire. I'm gonna show you how to take these off and how to wire it without changing these. You see how small? Those are the original that came with the fluorescent lights, the original ones. The 4 feet or the 8 feet or the 12 feet, whatever, or 10 feet. Okay, mine is 4 feet. So I'm going to keep these. The manual does not tell you that. The manual tells you to use the new ones. The new ones are so big, you're going to have a hard time with them. So I'm not using the new ones. That's what comes with it from the factory. Look how big. They should not have put this big. These are too big. You see the size between the original jumpers or the connectors. You see the difference? So when I did this one, really bad. It looks ugly and very hard. You got to push hard on these to fit in. But when I did the other one, when I did this one, you see how nice? That's the original one. That's the original. I just modified it, but you have to know, like I said, you have to be an electrician, or you gotta be, at least you gotta know the basics. You're doing this at your own risk. If you don't know what you're doing, don't touch it. Contact the electrician. And those are the old light bulbs. This is how the LED looks like. It looks like it has a strip inside. You'll see some wire inside. And the two ends had end caps, plastic. Okay. This one is damaged, so I'm going to take it back to Home Depot. All right, so this is ready to go for the jumper. Like I said, the jumper was here, close to the power source, which is not smart at all. So what I'm doing, I'm going to put the jumper on that side because this one does not need any power connected to it. So in this case, I'm going to push it. So first, since I bent these tabs, remember I pushed them in. So now you got to back them out. Just pry them out. Okay, just like that. Enough. So when I put this guy in, there's two holes with it. There's two tabs. There's a one tab, second tab. They go, and one goes here, and one goes right here. Okay. All right. So I'm using one hand. There you go. Okay, so now what you're doing, remember there's no power, no wiring, nothing. This one is just a jumper strip. I call it my jumper strip. All it's doing is when you connect the light bulb, the two pins on the light bulb are jumped together basically. Okay, that's it. It's right there. So that's flat. You see how nice? Very nice. Compared to the one that come from the manufacturer is really ugly. Look how bad. Look how it's hard to push in. So I'm going to replace this one since I figured out how to do it. So I learned on this one. I figured out their product is not right. So I'm going to keep my old strips. And this is the final product that I did. Look how nice. This is the original ones. You see how small? Nice, perfect. That's LED. LED. All right. So next we're going to do is the power side. Now on the power side for the LED, what you need to do is I'm going to now switch. I don't know if I can do it this way. Hopefully you guys can see me. Hello, my name is Sam. By the way, I'm a scooter shop. I'm a scooter mechanic. So trying to help my son do the LEDs. Okay, that's what I took from the other side. This is the ballast. The ballast taken out. So this is going to be my power side, power strip for the LEDs. So what we're going to do, these wires were, when I took off the strip, these wires were there. So I'm going to keep the yellows. And this, if you see here, I hope you can see the video. You see here, the yellow is on the first pin. So I'm going to try to find all the wires that I can on one side, one color. But if I can, I can mix them, but I label them. Or I just remember what I took. So basically what I want to do is remove this here. I don't want this jumper because we're going to run wire from each pin. 2, 4, 6, 8. We need 8 wires. So I got 2 already. All right, I'm going to need 2. We're going to need 6 more. So now you're going to ask me, how are you going to take this jumper out? This is from the previous light. Let me grab my cutter, and I'll show you how to take them out. I got this nice stripper cutter tool. So what you do, you cut it. Cut the white one in the middle because you want some meat. Now you're going to say, how are you going to get it off? Basically, these wires are very solid wires. What they do, the mechanism inside here, when you push it in, it clicks in, it locks. It's like you're going against a spring. You push against spring. Once you go in, it will lock. So you cannot take it out. See, it's very hard. So what you got to think? You got to think about screw. If I want to take it off, I got to unscrew it. Okay, you go counterclockwise and you pull on it at the same time. Okay, that's it. Bingo. Okay, we're going to do the second one. So basically, let me see. I'm going to try without pulling, see if it unscrews by itself, which it should. But it might take a little bit longer, but I think it is coming out. There you go. Okay. So today you learned something new. Same thing, I'm going to take this wire out, the white one. I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, I can pull on it or just leave it like that. But one thing very important to know, so I don't forget, because last time I forgot, The factory has, I'm going to pull on this one a little bit to help me push it out faster. Okay, same thing with this guy. All right, okay. So we got it out. Now we need 4 more wires, but before you do that, this is the old system. This is uses the regular fluorescent light, the 4-footer or 6-footer or 8-footer or 10-footer. They're all the same. That's how they use. They have a jumper. They have a jumper inside here. You won't see it, but you have to take it off. What I did is I just wired it and I forgot to remove. I didn't know there's a jumper. So what I did is I was looking. There's it looks like a staple. It's like a U-shaped jumper. They push in to jump the both sides of the terminal. Okay, so what you need to do, you got to take that jumper out, because you want on the LED, you want direct AC voltage. You want one side. Let's say you have one light bulb only LED. You want one to be neutral, and you want the other one to be your positive. Or I mean to. Sorry, I'm a DC guy, but I love AC too. Okay, so this is the neutral. I'm gonna assume this. Like you can use either one as a neutral as long as you are consistent. So I'm going to use one side as neutral. The other side is going to be the 120-volt AC live wire, or the hot wire. So usually the neutral is white and black is the hot wire. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to remove the jumper. Okay, if I can find my tools. Very unorganized. I put my stuff everywhere in my basement. Now, it's going to take me a half an hour maybe to find my tools. Okay, Sammy, let's go. But if you have one of those toothpicks, the metal toothpicks, also that would work. I'm going to try this screwdriver, see if I can show you how to get it off. So like I said, in here, in this slot here, you can see it's a solid. There's a piece of metal. It's dark inside there. Here you can see there's 2 holes. You put wire here, one wire here for neutral, one for the hot. So what you're going to do is there's the plastic here. Lip. I'm going to try to kind of bend it or break it. So I'm going to bend it like that. I don't know if you can see me. So I'm bending the plastic here. And so if you have one of those toothpick with a hook, you can kind of push it in and pull it out. With a screwdriver, I have my tools at work, but you can feel it. You can see that. You see it? Here it is. Here it is. It's nothing but a staple or a U-shaped piece of jumper. See it? Okay, you take this off. Of course, the manufacturer don't want you to do that because it's not easy, and then not everybody has the. Not only they don't know how to work on AC power, and it's dangerous, and also it takes somebody that has some qualification. Okay. So I know these things because I work on automotives all my life on cars. I know the tricks, how to pin and depin wires, connectors, all that stuff. That helps, okay? So I had to figure it out because I like the original connectors. I don't like the new connectors that they come with it. Okay, so you're gonna do this, all of them. If you don't take the jumper off and you plug it in, and you turn the switch on, it's gonna trip the fuse. It's gonna tell you there's a short. Okay, so I'm going to do a second one for you too. Here it is. It's almost coming. I hope you can see me. Here it is. See it? Okay, so you take this off. Yeah, you don't blame the manufacturer because they're afraid that you break something and you hurt yourself, or you pop this in and it goes right in your eye. So wear glasses. Don't do like I do, okay? Because I mean, usually you need to wear glasses, please, for your safety. Okay, so wear glasses and make sure you know what you're doing. Okay, here's another clip taken out, and one more clip. Oops, it's fine. All it is, you slide it back in. It has slides right there. And when you slide it in, it should click in, okay? All are clicked in. Okay, so let's see. We have one taken out, two taken out, three. I got one more to go, which is this guy here. So you can use different technique other than this. Usually there's the toothpick with a hook. It's a metal toothpick. With a hook, you can use it. That's be better. Like I say, wear glasses and be easy on it. Don't break it. Here it is. Here it is. It's coming out. There it is. Okay. That's what you need to do. So now I'm going to need wires. The good thing is I moved the power strip closer to the... okay, I'm going to turn it around now. The good thing is I moved the power strip from that side to this side, so it's going to be closer to my power. So my wires are going to be shorter. The last one I did, I didn't think about it. Now every time I work on it, I find more ideas, more shortcuts, more efficient way of doing it. Actually, I can cut these into halves and use these four in one side. So I'm going to use yellow on the second pin. See, the first one I'm going to be blank, or it's going to be the hot, and there's going to be yellow, hot yellow, hot yellow, hot yellow. So the other one is going to be the white actual, which is going to be the neutral in my case. And the other one, I don't know what colors I have for the other one. We'll see, maybe multiple colors. All right, I'm going to turn around now. Hopefully you can still see me. All right, so the wires are really long. So I'm going to go measure, see how much I need before I cut. I'll be right back. The good thing is I don't need a lot, maybe about 6 inches, 8 inches, up to a foot. So I'm going to cut about here. All right, so I got two more. What you need to do, you got to measure, make them all the same size. You got to be careful now. These are going to be a little bit longer because it's going to go farther. Okay, so this is going to go here, but they all need to be routed this way. So this one is going to be a little bit longer. So to make sure I got the right size, what I do is I will remove the insulation on this one. So like I said, the yellows are on the second pin. So I'm going to keep them all the same way. It's going to go, either hole will work as long as it's on the left side. Okay, here it is. See it? Remember I took the wire off by spinning if I want to take it off. But once you push it in, it's hard to come out. Make sure it's hard to come out. The only way to take it out, you got to unscrew it. Okay. There you go. Now we're going to route it this way. It's going to come to the middle here. This guy is going to come in the middle about there. So now we're going to hold it, and cut them all the same size. But here. Okay. I got 3 yellows. I got 1 more to go. That's as far as the yellow. Same thing, we're gonna trim this, remove the insulation. Yellow, 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 yellow. Okay, now we got 4 wires. Now we're gonna route them all this way. They're gonna come this way, and I'm gonna hold them. You can use a zip tie if you want to zip tie them here. If you like to zip tie them here, it's fine. Otherwise, it's gonna go like this. All right, so we got 4 wires. Now, since this is gonna be ready to be installed shortly, what I can do is strip them, get them ready. You want to keep them as straight as possible. You can use a plier to make them straight. You want about 1/2 inch because you're going to put a nut on those. A wire nut to connect them together. All right. So all these 4 are going to go together to neutral. I'm going to use the yellow as the white, which is neutral in this case. All right, so these are ready. Now I can put them to the neutral with a wire nut and lock them in place. Now I'm going to need my hot wire. It's going to be the first pin of each connector for each light bulb. Okay, I found a white one. A blue. I'm going to see if I have more wires, the same color. Let's see, I think we got a blue. What are the blues? Here you go. It's already trimmed. So this is going to go pushed. I'm going to push them as here. Okay, it's locked. I'm going to bring them here, bring them here. Same thing, you want to keep them same length. About here. All right, here's another blue one. So it's going to be the first pin. It's got to be the same. If you put them in the wrong place, it's going to short. All hot wires got to be in the same first pin, hot wire. Second pin is going to be my neutral. So that's why I'm trying to keep them all same color as possible for the hot blue, and for the neutral, keeping it yellow. All right, so I'm going to match this blue with the blue, about there. It's not going to be perfect cut, but the same length exact, but is good enough. I got another blue one here, and the same thing is going to go into the first pin. Locks, make sure they lock. Okay. Same thing, going to bring them to the center. And we're going to bring them out here, out here, out here. And we're going to cut them all, same as the blues. There you go. We need one more. Let me get more blue. Here's another blue. All right, that one is going to go on the last one. So now when I look at the setup here, blue is the first pin of each light bulb connector. Blue on the first, on the first, on the first. Yellow on the second pin of each connector. Yellow is going to be neutral. Blue, I'm going to make it hot, black in my case. Okay, that's it. Now we're going to go, hopefully I can show you how to put this one back into the fixture. All right, so basically same thing. We gotta first, before we put this in here, gotta go inside here. Okay, before we put it in, we need to make sure these pins pushed out. I gotta pull them out, otherwise it won't lock in place. So I'm gonna go grab my screwdriver. Sorry, should have waited for my son to come and record me, but you know, right now I have time. So maybe, hopefully this video will be helpful for some people. All right, so now you hold in the wires. Like I said, you can put a zip tie on them here. If you want to zip tie them right at my fingers here, that'd be nice. If not, as long as you know what you're doing, everything is secured. So now we're gonna push it. There's 2 tabs on top, one here and one there. We're gonna push it right in. Now you're gonna push. Oh, okay, you gotta make sure the wires are out of the way. There you go. Oh, I want it to click. There you go. I got it clicked on this side. And let's see if it clicks on this side. Yes. That's it. Perfecto. Okay, this is the original. Thank you, Lord. I don't have to change it. I don't have to change. This is perfect. The original one's better to use. Look, versus this. Look how big. That's what they give you with the kit. Look, really big. It's gonna give you a hard time to install, to assemble. Look at the wires, how thick, all that stuff. You don't need that. Okay, so next what we're gonna do, this is the hot, black, hot. You can confirm with the tester, and that's the neutral. So I'm gonna connect the blue ones together, all together, one nut. It's gonna be to the black one, like I mentioned earlier. Try to sort them out, keep the yellows on one side and the blues on one side. All right, so always, before you touch the hot wire and neutral, always grab your tester. In my case, this one. Here's my tester. I'm going to turn it on. Take it to any light power source. You see it? It's lighting up. So that tells me there's power here in the wall, but that's not related to this. No power. Nothing. Okay? All right. Even though there's no power, what I do normally, I don't even touch the inside the wires. I touch these, I put them together, then I grab this wire, I bring it close to it, put them all together, and use the nuts. Rarely I touch the hot wire, even though it has no power. I am like this. I don't trust anything. Always be cautious. All right, when you finish with your tester, make sure you turn this off, otherwise you lose battery. Okay, so these are the wire nuts I'm gonna use. You want it big enough where it can take all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wires together. All right, so you see how long? See, that's perfect. When they come from the factory, this strip was on that side. So you need longer wires. I don't understand why they did this, but that's shorter, saves you less wires, all that stuff, okay? I'm gonna see if I can leave my phone right here while I'm working on it. All right, so we're gonna strip also the blue ones. It's good to have a light. With me, I'm the kind of guy that jumps on things without preparation. I just say, okay, you know what, I got time now, let me do it. But you can prepare if you want. It's up to you, it's your choice. All right, so now, oh, I dropped my nut. I dropped the wire nut. Get one of those good crimpers. Don't be cheap, you know, buy good ones. It's worth it. All right, so now we're gonna grab that nut And I'm gonna grab all these wires. These are from the strip, from the light strip. And what I do is I bring them all together. I try to use the nut to help me twist them together first. Then I unscrew it. Now I can add the power to it. Everyone has his own technique. Now this black one is already doesn't have, it's not stripped, so I gotta strip it. So I usually use the insulation. I hold the tool from the insulation as possible, even though there's no power. That is your choice, what you want to do, if you want. But in this case, I have no choice but to hold it, because I don't have the other kind. I have another one that has more insulation than this one. Okay, so now the black one is ready to be assembled. I'm gonna unscrew it now. Put it all together. Okay, we got one wire that's not connected. I gotta connect it. So I'm gonna unscrew it a bit. It's not easy because a lot of wires usually should have got a bigger nut, but that's what I have right now. It worked for me earlier on the other one, so I'm going to use it on this one too. And it's not easy to stand like this and do it, so you gotta grab your ladder or step. Okay, they give you more height. That gives you more height. I need to climb that high. I'm a tall guy. Okay, so we're going to do all this thing all over again. Okay, so now you're gonna make sure all the wires are there, nothing disconnected, all are in, and that's it. That's for the neutral, or for the hot wire. Now I'm gonna do the neutral, which is the yellow and white. They're all stripped except the white wire. So now we're gonna strip it. All right. I gotta get one of those wire nuts, big one. Hopefully this one's big enough. We'll see. Got another one here. All right, I got a bigger one. Same thing, we're gonna hold these first, the one without the power source, or the neutral wires from the connector. Tie them together a little bit. Use the nut to twist them together first, and then this take it off and grab the other wire, which is the neutral wire, and bring it to the other wires and screw it back in. Use and secure it. Okay, so now we got both secured properly. What I do after first thing to make sure I didn't leave any pin and it's not gonna short, I go turn the power on. All right, so we're gonna go turn the power on and make sure it doesn't trip the fuse. If it does, then that means there's a short, there's something still jumped. We gotta take care of it. All right, I know my fuses are here. Okay, so far there's no tripping, but you gotta turn the switch on because, like I said, this here and this guy and that third one, they're all connected to one circuit. Watch yourself. Right here. Okay. Okay, that's good. So now we know there's no issues. It didn't trip. And we gotta check and see if there's power. You hear that? So we got power. This is my neutral. That's the hot. Looking good. I don't have to change. I'm happy. I don't have to use the manufacturer bulky connectors and very hard to use, and they don't fit right. Great. So now we're gonna power it down. Like I said, you can turn this off if you want and work on it, or you can. I usually turn the main. I don't. That's me. I'm a coward guy. I'm always safe. All right. Next, we're gonna do the cover. We're gonna grab the cover for the. So no more ballast. You see, that's the ballast. I'm gonna eliminate that one too. See, this one doesn't have nothing, just wires, straight wires for LEDs only. And make sure you know what you're doing, or contact the electrician. Okay, so now I'm gonna put again this guy back here. Hopefully you can see me, or I can see the video shows anything. We'll see. I'm a tall guy, so everything, see how nice when it's coming closer to it instead of from here all the way, then you're gonna have long wires. Now we're gonna push this one in here, this one in here, and we're gonna put everything underneath the trim to hide all the wires. Clip, and then you're gonna press it. There you go, that's on. This is in. All right, now let me go grab the light bulbs. I'm gonna take me a minute. All right, here's the, I'm back. Here's my LED that I bought from Home Depot, 16 watt each, 2000 luminous. All right, so I'm gonna take it off in a minute here. Sorry about that, oops. All right, so now I'm gonna open the box. There you go. It comes with 2 light bulbs. Okay, LED. Look at these ugly, bulky parts. Do not, it's up to you. I don't use them. They don't work, too big. I wasted a lot of time on this. Now I know the trick, and I made it my way. And I was able to refurbish the old one and update it to an LED, which is very, wait until you see the light comes on. Then you're gonna be happy that you have seen this happening. Because I was happy when I got it running. Because I thought I'd have to go their way, but I'm glad I figured it out. I'm trying to help others figure it out. Okay, here's the light bulb. They come with the end caps at the end for take it off. And the other end, take it off. Now we're gonna put one light bulb in. So what you do, you try one side first. What I do, I push both of them in. Then you gotta bring this at an angle so you can get it above, or first get it into the light fixture. Then what I'll do is one side I put the whole thing inside first. That's why I want the power off. That way I can touch this to push it out of the way. Out. There you go. Okay, now we're gonna twist one way or the other. There you go. Now we're gonna test one first, make sure it works. Yep, see. I got some weights, dumbbells on the ground. That's I slipped on this. Okay, be careful, guys. So now we're gonna go turn the power on. The power is right here again. This fuse box is on. Now we're gonna turn the switch on, see what happens. Okay. Okay, let's see what happened. All right, they're gonna say, oh, it didn't work. Well, we don't know yet. So what you do is now you want to move okay, so what you do is I gotta get the power, make sure we have power. Okay, cool. All right, you're gonna say, well, hey dude, it didn't work. You're right. But let's grab another light bulb. Those are supposed to be brand new light bulbs, right? Grab another one. All right, let's see if I can do it. Okay, with one hand. Where I got the video. Okay, let's try the one next to it. Okay, that's it. Try this one. Maybe a second here. There you go. Okay. One more thing. I want to make sure that the we do have the light on. Okay. I got to give it a thought here. We do have power. And we do have a jumper. I don't think I took the jumpers off. Hopefully. Should have a jumper. Now we're going to wiggle this, see if we can get it to start. I'm trying to remember if I had to physically put a wire jumper or not on this one. There is power here, but it's not, no power there. So that tells me either no jumpers here, and I thought, because that's the old one, unless you do have a jumper. So why are they not working? Okay, let's try one more trick. Just make sure it's not the light bulb. So this one works. See, that's the same ones. I didn't change it. See what happens if I take this off and take it there. So we know this one working. I'm going to put this one here for a second. Okay. Okay, in this case, then something will happen with the jumper. I'm going to take the jumper off again. Make sure there's a jumper. If there's no jumper, I'll show you how to jump it right quick and get it going. So we're going to have to take all the lights off again. 1, 2. Because this side has to be the power, the neutral. The power goes through the light bulb and come back. So there's something wrong with this jumper. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take this off. Take this one off right quick. Now I'm working on the jumper side, so in my case I don't have to power it down because I'm working on, there's no power here, only on this side. Okay, so we do have power, and as we confirmed it before. Okay, we have power. Let's take this one off. To take this one off, again, we got to press the taps in, taps in. There you go. I believe there's a jumper in it. I can see it. But just to be in a safe side, I'm going to put a real jumper too. Add a jumper to it. Or a physical jumper. Okay. The weird thing, I didn't have to do it on the other one. But let's do it. I got others that I have a jumper on them. I want to see if that really makes a difference. Oh, by the way, also this fixture was bad. We had an issue with it before. So hopefully that's the issue. We'll see. Okay, so I got 2 of them with jumper, 3 of them with jumpers. Here's the jumpers, you see them? Got the jumpers. I'm gonna move the one without jumpers. Let's see, just to make sure we have a contact. So, because you want the AC power to flow through the light bulb from the hot wire into this side, the light bulb into this, circle back, go back to neutral. Okay, let's try it again. Now we have a jumper. Either this is fine and that side is bad, then I have to switch it from another unit. Same thing, you gotta push the taps out to lock them in place. To lock this in place. So same thing, you're gonna go up and then push it. There we go. All right, hopefully this time it works. I'm not gonna put the cover yet. Okay. Put this one, whoops. 1, 2, 1. Bingo! Woo! Yes, sir. All right. Got it working. All right, LEDs. Here you go. I hope you can see me. So you gotta do troubleshooting, okay? Don't give up. Don't think that's the end of the world. But that's the good thing about me is I don't give up. I do troubleshoot. That's my favorite thing my favorite part is troubleshooting. Look at that. Look how good. Woo! Okay, guys, here's how you do it. And this is Sam from Scooters and More. I do scooters. I did my whole basement before. I did all the drywall, the insulation, the painting, the trim. I did everything myself for the last 10 years. Or actually 20 years I have this house. There you go. Today you learned how to convert your old power consuming light bulbs, these guys, into LEDs. So from this guy, say goodbye to this guy, no more glass, to this guy. Look how nice. My son gonna be saying, "You did it?" Yep, I did it. All right, so I did all of these 3, and I'm gonna let my son I'm gonna teach him how to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He got 5 more to do. All right, and thank you for watching my video, and I hope you learned something. And please be safe. If you're not an electrician, contact an electrician. If you're confident enough, you're qualified, it's up to you. Do things at your own risk and always be safe. Thank you.